And a very good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. It is not Monday. It is very much Tuesday. And welcome to the Easy Level Up Videocast. I am one of your hosts, Tom Mosley, gaming and digital platforms lead for the Microsoft UK and I Evangelist team. And welcome, Hannah Dethridge. Hannah, how are you?
Hello, Tom. Where are you? You're over here. Tom, hello. I'm nervous because my internet's having a mare and I'm scared that I'm going to get cropped into the image of a meme and go viral when the internet starts to shut down. So that's where I'm at today.
Don't worry, that's already happened.
I know.
I've already screen grabbed one of your freezers, so we'll...
Could you please do the face that I was doing?
It was more like a... There we go.
Yep. Wonderful. So I'm going to be in the meme jar full of memes, but I'm okay. I don't even know if you asked me how I am, Tom, but I'm okay.
I did ask you how you were.
I'm all right, you know. How are you? Are you okay?
I'm not too bad. I feel refreshed after the 4-day weekend we had over here in the UK. I played a lot of video games, but we're going to talk about that during the show today. But yeah, I feel refreshed. I feel ready to go. Which is why we are live today, not yesterday, because we had a bank holiday yesterday. So we thought, let's not have without. Let's make sure you guys still get the stream. And
I like that sentence. Let's not have without. Let's not have without the video cast, art thou, Tom? Of course. Exactly that. I don't, because I know it all off by heart. Let's do the Tempest. No, let's not do the Tempest. Let's have a look who's in the chat and say hi.
Let's have a look. Hannah, who have we got?
Oh, we've got loads of people. I'm going from the bottom. So we've got Mark. Hey, Mark. Hope you're well. We have Nightbot, and I clicked on it accidentally, but it's a key piece of information, so we're going to leave that there. We have Games Guru. We have Derek. We have Daggercast. We have Lover of Tech. Anybody else who's in? James Wilson. Hello. Verily I said to thee, yes. The theme today is Shakespeare. No, it's not. But and Gina, hello, hi. We have loads of people in, so hey. Anybody else who wants to say hi, because we'll say hi back.
Yeah, we'll try to. We'll get you on your name onto screen, and we'll say hi.
Yeah.
Or at least click it.
Yeah.
100%. But Hannah, as I said, you've run through who's here. We are live. What are we going to be talking about today?
We are going to bring it back. We're going to bring it back and we're going to talk about personal things. We're all going to talk about what we're currently playing, and we invite you guys who are watching as well to have a chat with us and talk to us about what is it that you're playing right now? What are you investing your time into? What is it that's getting you through your day-to-day life in the world of gaming? That's what we're going to talk about. And not only that, Tom, but we're going to kind of tell you why you should be playing it too.
At least try to. We can't force you, but it's the games we're playing at the moment. Like I know we're excited about to talk about, and you may already be playing them. So we want to know what you love about them as well. If you are also playing those games, so be good to do. But Hannah, we do need some guests.
We do need some guests because it's just me and you otherwise, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, no one wants that.
It's going to go one of two ways, Tom. It's either going to be excellent or a bit rubbish. So it's always good to balance it out with two lovely guests. And we have two people today who will introduce themselves, but I'm going to introduce their names via alliteration. So our first guest today is the marvellous Matt Field. Come on down. Hello, Matt. Wow. Oh, it's the face.
It's the face.
It's the face. It's the meme face.
The meme face.
How are you, Matt? Buddy? Are you well?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm all right. Hi, Emma. Now we've pledged to say hi. We must say hi to everybody. Matt, for anybody who doesn't know who you are, who are you?
I'm Matt, everyone.
GG.
Sorry. I'm Matt. I am the UK and I evangelist for the Ambassador program and the field team. So I am, I'm the man that speaks to the people that speaks to the people. Yeah.
There we go.
That. The middleman.
I like that middleman. Yeah. I'm a man in the middle.
Cool.
It's an important job, though, Matt. It's an important job. Don't undersell yourself.
It is what it is. It's a job. Whether it's important, that's up to you. I don't mind.
It is important. It's all important. So that's Matt. Matt's nice. We like Matt. But we also have someone else we like who's waiting in the wings. Who is it? I will tell you right now. It is the glorious Greg Proctor, everybody. Woo! woo, Greg, yay, woo, over here, Greg, look at me, yay, woo. How are you, Greg?
I'm good. How are you all?
All
I think we're a
good.
bit silly, you know.
Yeah, I think the bank
I'm
holiday
feeling
weekend
it.
has
I feel like-
definitely
feel like
got
we've
the
all gone a
SAS
bit
levels
wrong.
up.
Yes. Greg, who are you?
Who am I? I'm Greg. I am the surface support for the UK and I Evangelist team. So I am Hannah's little Padawan.
I didn't even say. I'm the surface
Padawan.
lead. Tom was like, I'm gaming lead. I do this. And I was like, hi, I'm Hannah. Hey. But yes, we are a team. We are a duo. Are we not?
We sure are.
We are
Oh,
a
you're
duo.
so on brand.
Oh,
So on brand.
Duo. Did you get it? Yes. Amazing.
Dear.
Oh.
Have we all had 4 days? We have. I think we have.
We've all had 4 days.
We've all had 4 days.
But Hannah, you've told us what we're going to be talking about. We
I
now
have.
have our marvelous and glorious guests.
We do.
But we always start Videocast amongst our silly chat with your favourite part of the Videocast,
Yes.
which is Hannah's
Which is, yes.
quick fire question.
Ding, 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 ding.
We have now talked more about actually creating a jingle.
Yes.
We've spoken with the technical people, with the technical
have.
know-how. We are hopefully going to be getting a jingle.
We are. It's all down to me, really. So I need to do that this week and box it off so it's there and it's ready. Look at us all in the uniform. I actually dyed my hair extra red so that it popped with the red furnishing of the jacket.
All planned.
All planned. Rockstar red, it's called.
Very slimming.
Anyway, forget that. Forget the uniform for a second because it's what we live and breathe. But we need to get to know everybody a little bit better who is on the videocast today and all of the people that are in the chat who are watching. So we have quick fire questions. It means that we have 5 questions, everybody. Everybody that wants to answer, please put in the chat your answers to the quick fire questions. And guys who are with us today in the ether, we are now in the ether, we will go around from Tom. We'll do Tom first. Tom,
Okay.
Greg, Matt, and then me.
Cool.
Yeah.
That way around. Let's go for it.
Yeah, I just want
Here's
to point
some
out.
questions.
I'm never first.
Exactly, you are today.
It confused me a little bit. I just want to point out it's no longer ether. That was at the weekend. So, yeah, with me? No?
Yeah.
Anybody?
Yes.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately so, mate. Yeah.
It really hurt, that did.
Oh
That
no,
was,
Matt's signal's just dropped.
Oh, what a shame.
The universe said no.
Comedy genius.
The
That's all I
universe
can
said
say.
no. Oh,
Who'd have think you're an
do I
entertainer,
carry
eh,
it on? Do I put in an egg pun? No, let's not. Let's not go there. Okay, question number 1. Before we all get a bit too silly. Do you prefer, everybody, a skill tree that you can customize as you go through a game, or skills that are outlined at the beginning of the game and that's what you stick to, character-wise?
I prefer a skill tree that I can choose the path that I take, so I can choose which powers I have or what strategy I want to play, which is very aptly talks about the game that I'm going to be talking about today, but we'll get into that later. So yeah, I'm a customizable skill tree. I want to do my own path.
Do my own path. Cool.
That just
Someone
hurt my
else can
feelings.
do it, Definitely.
Just hurt my feelings.
Definitely.
Oh, I'm definitely a
Greg.
skill tree guy.
Why are you just jumping in there?
Well,
It's Greg's turn.
talking to
Oh my
me.
God.
It's
I should say Greg. You, Greg. Sit quietly and wait for your turn, please. Okay, Greg. Greg, it's your go.
I'm also a skill tree, which conveniently also links very much to one of the games that I am currently playing as well, because I really like the way it does give real control over exactly which way you want to go, whether you want to head for a particular skill or a particular set of attributes first, and then some of the less important ones can come later on, and you can really kind of customize your characters to really fit your play style, which I really like.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Matt?
So Matt, we already know what you're going to say. So Hannah, it's your turn.
Burn. Savage. Matt,
Matt,
it's your go.
come on.
I'm being picked on here. Being picked on. Yeah, skill trees for me. Skill trees all the way. Love a skill, especially the more the merrier is what I like to say. If you've got massive skill trees that are really intricate and you can tweak the simplest of all the the minute details, then yeah, I'm down for that. That's my thing.
Awesome.
Cool. I think we've all gone on the same page here with the skill tree. I think when you outline your skills at the beginning of a game, when you're creating your character, sometimes you can forget what you've done, and it only comes in during sort of maybe RPG elements when you have to answer a question. And it's like, oh yeah, I remember this works because I had this skill. But when you have a skill tree, it's really nice to see it grow. And then if you have options, it's like, oh, I know which one I want to do next. So you can kind of go towards that one. So skill tree.
Do you go straight to the end of the skill tree to see what the last skills are going to be to know which path you're going to take, or do you do it step by step?
What question is this? Is a new question. I know I do it step by step. I like to enjoy it as I go along.
Okay.
What about you?
See, I think I'm with Tom on this because I don't like I have a bugbear that's similar to this, where there's certain games they go, here's everything that you can do on the first level, now do everything, and then something bad happens and we're going to take it all away.
Yep.
That really annoys me because I know what it's going to feel like to be like powerful, and do you know what I mean? And then you have to build it all back up, whereas you're not making your choice. You kind of want it to feel like it did at the beginning. So yeah, I don't really like to see what happens at the end. I like to find out as I go.
Yeah, that's cool.
I quite like to know what skills are at the end of the tree, so that with video games, I do get FOMO quite a lot, of fear of missing out, and I don't want to get halfway through the game and then realize, oh, actually the skill I really want is
the wrong way,
completely different branch, and I've either then just got to grind for too many hours, or I've got to restart, and both of those are just not acceptable. So I like to know where I'm going before I kind of set off.
I'd agree with that. Sorry, Hannah, I jumped in with the next.
That's okay. That means I just take one of mine out because you've put one in. That's fine. First time that's ever happened on the videocast. It's okay.
It's somehow like getting my own back for you stealing an intro one time.
Oh my god, I still won't stop talking about it. I was about to say something really interesting, and now it's left my brain, Tom. So there we go. I was going to say something. Oh yes, that was it. Sometimes you can have the option to clear the skill tree, keep the skills, and then repopulate it where you want it to go. So sometimes that can work if there's a way that you want it to go. So there's always that option too. Sometimes, game depending. Okay, second question. Thank you for all who answered. We had James Wilson saying skill tree, Daggercraft saying skill tree. So the second question is, what is the last game that you played? Oh, no, the third question. Forgot that Tom jumped in. Third question. What is the last game that you played via cloud gaming?
Oh, I'm first, aren't I? I'm not used to being first. The last game I played via cloud gaming, which was a recent update last week, was Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, how is the cloud gaming experience for Fallout New Vegas?
I really enjoyed it. I'm playing on just normal cellular data, and I'm getting a really good experience. My wife was using the TV. I wanted to continue playing New Vegas, so I pulled out my phone and cracked on. It's Fallout New Vegas is a little dark, as in like the surrounding. It's quite a dark game. So at times I did struggle to see a little bit, but nothing that VATS doesn't sort out and turns everything green. So yeah, that was, for me, was Fallout New Vegas was the last game I played on the cloud.
Cool. GG. We have some Fallout love here from Gina. Yes.
Fallout hype.
So for me, it was probably Forza Horizon 4. And due to the current state of things, that it's been for a little while now, I only pretty much did it to kind of test it out and to see what it's all about when it was first kind of being released and things. So I've not actually dived really deep into the sort of the cloud gamer stuff, but I gave it a good couple of hours on Forza Horizon 4, and I actually found it really surprised me how smooth it was playing, considering it was running on things like on 4G cellular data and that sort of stuff. Connected up one of my controllers, and yeah, just kind of had a little blast, a little whale of a time for a couple of hours in the evening.
Like it.
Mine was yesterday. Me and the little and 4-year-old played Banjo-Kazooie. Again, because of the update, you can play Banjo-Kazooie and all of the titles on Game Pass. And the little one is falling in love with the Xbox right now. So
Good choice.
Yeah, we gave her the phone, stuck her in a corner, and she just played it for a while, which was cool. But I played it with her. I did play it with her. Or she calls it Banjooie, which is cute.
Banjooie. I love that. That's cute.
That's adorable.
Can I play Banjooie, Daddy? And then she tells me that there's actually 2 Banjooies, Daddy. So when we've done this one, we can do the second one as well. I'm like, okay, fine. That's fine.
She's in the know.
I'm happy. Any gaming you want to do, I'm down.
Yes. Awesome. Oh, that's cute. Love a wholesome story like that. Game Pass, bringing everybody together. So, well, the last game I played in cloud gaming was Ori, Will of the Wisps. And it was just on a lunch break from work, and I just thought, because I had on my desk, I had my controller and I had my Surface Duo, and I just thought, you know what? I can't bother to go downstairs and turn the Xbox on and play. So let's see what's on the cloud gaming. I thought Ori's awesome. It's really relaxing and it looks so good. And I just wanted to chill for a bit and play some Ori, so I did. And it's so cool. And I love the fact that you kind of forget where you are because you're so immersed in whatever game you are. You kind of forget that you're playing on your phone. You just whatever device that you're playing with. It's really cool.
See, Ori is another game that's on my pile of shame that I've started and not completed, and I need to complete that game because they're phenomenal titles.
Sad though.
Yeah.
I don't want to play if they're sad. Are they sad?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
I think I want to play then.
For me, I always get emotionally tied to animation. If there's anything about illustrative, if people have illustrated a story and there's animation in there, it really upsets me rather than actual real life.
I'm with you there. I'm much more likely to cry. I'm much more likely to cry watching an anime than I am to watching a real film. They're just pull the heartstrings a bit more.
Animation.
Animations is all over it.
I think it's with me as well. It's animals. It's when animals are animated and you see their sad eyes, and I'm like,
but what about actual animals with actual sad eyes?
Oh yeah,
but more so if it's an animation.
No, but then it depends what the story is, doesn't it?
Well, if it's the same story, right? Let's put it out here now.
Oh, this is taking a detour.
Right.
This is taking a detour.
It's the same story, but one is animated and one is not. Which one is more appealing and sad to you?
Well, that's like saying, so there's a little tortoise. There's a tortoise, a turtle. So it's a turtle and a tortoise called a tortoise, right? Let's go with it. And he's gone to the shop and his favourite beverage isn't there, so he gets really sad. Yeah. That's not going to happen in real life. So how can I connect with the tortoise in real life? Because the tortoise isn't even a thing. But
okay, well, there you
wise,
go.
There we go. That's why, because it's not real. Okay, let's move on to the next question before we all get sacked. Oh,
talking about tortoises.
If you could turn any TV show into a video game, what would it be?
Ooh,
tortoise.
A tortoise.
The tortoise and the her.
I would pick.
Oh gosh.
Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, good shout. Good shout.
It's a TV show that I haven't watched in a long time. I need to get back in to catch up on the last couple of seasons. But I think that would be an amazing video game, aspects of GTA, with your RPG elements of choosing how to upgrade your motorcycle and the skills that you've got. I think Sons of Anarchy would be a good one.
That's a great shout.
I'd go with old school Gladiators.
Ooh, yes.
Well, you have your sticks.
With your giant cotton buds. You got
That's awesome.
Just imagine playing that with a bunch of friends.
Like a Mortal Kombat kind of thing, but Gladiators.
could be, that could be a section of it. Then you can just set up tournaments. You bring loads of your friends, and they have to go through all of the different challenges and do all the different fights against each other and stuff like that. I think that'd be hilarious.
Does anyone remember a 360 game that was on the 360 arcade called Doritos Crash Course?
Yes, mate. Oh, what a game that was!
Yeah.
That was basically it was like an obstacle course thing. That was
An obstacle course.
Right.
I can imagine like elements of that being brought in for that.
Wow, that was great. That was greght. I just seen the one in the chat that says the boys. That would be a shout.
Oh, that would be
that would really be good.
Oh my
that
God.
would really be good. I want to say that, but I can't now. I would probably say it's not really a series. Oh, I don't know. X-Files we could do. X-Files, a bit like do you ever play Murdered Soul Suspect?
Yeah.
And The Medium, obviously, but that sort of kind of got to find stuff out and puzzle like game, but as the X-Files, because me and the wife are watching the X-Files again. And I think that would be quite cool. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
That'd be wicked.
Like detective agency type thing as well. Supernatural, like it.
I can't just pick one because the first one I was going to go with, Daggercast has already put in the chat, and that's The Office, an American Workplace. Because imagine being Dwight and you just have to do your daily tasks and also do like the crazy things that Dwight does in life, like assemble Mega Desk and all this other cool stuff.
Would you have it as like a Sims like experience? That type of thing?
I think an RPG would be better because you could have like the storyline of Jim and Pam, and you could have to try and get them together. Like I think RPG would be better. But you're Dwight. I think that would be really cool.
Daggercast, I think it's a cop out.
The Witch.
It's already been done. The other way around. Books first, then game, then TV series.
Oh, hold on.
That's
interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did know that they'd released an
I thought they had.
Hannah, it's Hannah's go. It's Hannah's go.
Sorry.
I think a Rick and Morty kind of, I know they've done a few different things, but a like big franchise Rick and Morty game would be phenomenal. And what was the third one I was going to say? Oh, like a Sherlock Holmes, like a Sherlock game where that's the kind of detective thing, but the modern day version one. Like the Benedict Cumberbatch plays.
Okay.
The IT crowd,
colours.
if it was, that was such, yes.
Big
the
colours.
IT crowd, if it was like a bird's eye view one. Do you know the beginning of the IT crowd, the actual beginning bit, but that just carries on like an 8-bit game.
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah,
I'd
good
like that.
shout.
Fun times. Okay, so one last question. Imagine the pandemic is over and you walk into an arcade for the first time in like 2 years. Which machine do you go on first? What is your go-to arcade game?
I'd be straight on any of the Time Crisis. Any of them. I don't care which one it is. There are some that are better than others, but that'd be the first thing I'd run towards.
Completely agree. That's exactly what I would go. So I'll say that me and you do it, and we tag team on it.
Co-op it. Let's do it.
Yeah, you're on.
Not quite the same, but I would go for Point Blank. Same, like it's shoot, but it's a point blank target game I used to love. Yeah, so a similar thing.
I'd go straight for Guitar Hero all day, every day, if there is one. Even though I'm awful at it, it's just so much fun. And then I really enjoy. I like the Donkey Kong games, and I like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games as well. So I'd be milling around them. I like the Emesis pinball machine. The pinball machines in the arcade are wicked. You can get all different themed ones. I've seen an AC/DC one, which was really, really cool. Good times.
Good times. One day we will go back to an arcade. We'll do a team meeting at an arcade. Greg, I know you're watching. Team meeting at an arcade.
Genius.
Yes,
We'll get it sorted.
I know a few. Anyway, that was a long and very, I don't know what the word is because we did hit a few different
tangents.
Alleys. Yes, it was a tangential. That's a new word.
Yep.
Quick
All the new words.
So thank you so much. I'm going to sit quietly now while Tom takes over. That was quick fire questions. Thank you.
What I've also done is I've marked on each stream on the stream when you've made up words, and I'm just going to download and clip those sections.
That's fine.
That's going to be a social video
of Hannah.
That's okay.
but
like how Nigel does it on the podcast with the Microsoft acronyms.
Make a little Hannah
That's
soundboard.
Okay.
Hannah soundboards.
Fine. I'm okay with that.
We can get it done. We can get it done.
Okay.
So yeah, that was Hannah's quick fire questions. So yeah, we've got to know you guys a little bit better. You've got to know us a little bit better. We've worked out what we're doing for a team meeting when this pandemic finishes. But we have to move on to our main topic of conversation, which is really what we are playing right now, why we love it, and why we think you guys should be playing it. And I want to go in the order of Greg, Matt, Hannah, me. Is Hannah frozen, or is she just
Hannah's
sleeping?
frozen.
Hannah's frozen.
Having a power nap.
Hannah's having a power nap.
Doing the same face.
I will hide Hannah for the time being. I think she's still in the background putting comments in. So thank you very much for that, Hannah. As soon as you're back again, I will get you in.
No, I only
there
came
you go.
with quick fire questions.
So yeah, we'll go Greg, Mr. Proctor first.
Oh,
then
now
Mr.
my
Fields.
sound's not working, so just ignore me for a little bit while
we can hear
sort
you.
everything out.
We can hear you. And so yeah, Greg first. Greg, what are you playing? Why do you love it so much? And why should the people watching play it as well? And guys in chat, I want to know what you guys are playing and why we should be playing it.
So there are two games that I'm mostly playing at the moment. One is the game that I'm playing on my own. So if there's nobody about, I just need to sit down for a couple of hours and chill. I'm currently playing Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age, from Game Pass. But if it's date night, we're currently playing through, ironically, from what Han said earlier, Sherlock Holmes, the Devil's Daughter. But Final Fantasy 12 is the main one that I'm really getting into at the moment. And off the back of the skill tree chat that we had earlier, it's got a brilliant little system in it where it's got 12 different jobs or classes that you then choose for your particular characters. As you get 6 main characters that you play as, and there are then 12 of them, you can then duel them up as you get a particular way through the game. And you've got a wide array of them, from Time Battle Mage and things like red mages, white mages, black mages, so your usual sorts of magic-based characters. And then things like Bushis, which are like samurai. They get katanas and just go around. And as you go through these trees, then you then decide which of their skills and stuff that you actually want to get as you kind of go through the game. And I'm really starting to enjoy it because it also has a really interesting battle system.
Okay.
So a little bit like your Final Fantasies of old, there's a turn-based element to it, but it is sort of up to date and still kind of live action in a way. And you control one character yourself, but then you create what are called gambits for your other characters, and a bit like a what if table. So if a character is below X amount of health, then that particular gambit will activate Cure, and that will heal the character. If you find that the creature that you're attacking is weak to fire, then if that's near the top, then as soon as it clicks, finds that and goes, yep, I'll just use this fire move. And it basically goes through the list and goes, right, what if
you've got like strategy elements into it as well.
Yeah.
Like you've got to kind of think about it in advance, not just while it's going on. You've got to kind of go, right, this could potentially happen, stuff like that. That's it. And you need different classes to fight sort of different monsters as you go. You can't really attack a dragon style or a flying type sort of creature with a Bushi, because he can't reach him with his katana. So you're going to need something like an Ulan, which is like the old dragoons, and they go around with big lances, and they can then kind of stab up into the air and kill it that sort of way. So you do have to kind of customize the team that you currently have out at the time, your different setups, your different accessories, and then all of these gambits to make sure that they're going to activate in the correct order to make sure that
you don't die. If somebody does die, then they get revived. And I like that way of thinking, just being able to sit there and go, right, how on earth am I going to set this up to make sure that I can defeat this boss? And one nice thing which has been added into the Zodiac Age, because I did play it, Final Fantasy 12 when it first came out, but the nice thing that they added into this is a speed button. You just press LB and you can have it either ×2 or ×4. So all of those hours and hours of grinding that I used to do is cut. It's cut by a quarter, and like just run around and they just kind of obliterate an entire desert worth of creatures in about 5 minutes, which makes the grinding side of things much easier, because that can always take up a lot of time within Final Fantasy games.
And obviously you've mentioned it is Final Fantasy 12. For anyone that isn't used to the Final Fantasy series, do you have to have played the previous ones? Because obviously there's now 15 of them. Like, can you just jump in and play it and kind of crack on, or do you have to know what's going to happen in the past?
So that's a nice thing with Final Fantasy. There are one or two exceptions, but on the whole, each game is its own game. You can just jump in no matter what sort of title that you're on. Like I said, there are a few exceptions, like Final Fantasy X-2. You do need to play Final Fantasy X before you play X-2, and the same with the 13 series. So you've got Final Fantasy 13 and then Final Fantasy 13-2, Lightning Returns, I believe that one is. So provided that it is a sole number on its own, so you're sort of 1 to 15, you're fine, jump in, play your heart's content. If it then has a like 10-2 and it has a second number, then you would need to play the first one at that point.
That's cool. Awesome. So guys, have any of you played Final Fantasy 12? I know we had Daggercast earlier shouting out about Final Fantasy 12. Are those type of games something that you enjoy, those kind of strategy bits and pieces? Let us know in chat. See if you agree with Greg and that you should be playing Final Fantasy in general, but specifically Final Fantasy 12. But also let us know what you're playing, and we'll shout you guys out as well. So Matt,
Yars,
what's going on in your gaming world?
So I'm a sucker for a story-driven game. Like, I like a good story, and as I mentioned before with X-Files, I'm a bit weird. I like weird stuff. So I'm playing at the moment for a second time round a game called Control, which is available on Game Pass by a company called Remedy. They made game such titles as Max Payne and Quantum Break. Which you will see elements of all of those games that they made in this one. But the story and the setting of this game is, using a pun, out of this world. It's you play a female protagonist called Jessie Faden. You're looking for your brother, your long lost brother. There's something that's happened in there. I don't want to give away too much because there's some twists in this game, so if you do play it, but she's looking for her brother. An event happened when they were younger, and she has this kind of spiritual guide that she thinks is some sort of spirit called Polaris, and Polaris leads her to this place called the Oldest House, which is the got to get this right, the Federation of the Bureau of Control, which deals with, a bit like the X-Files, deals with all like paranormal activity and interdimensional stuff and things like that. And she ends up at this place, and basically the world is upside down and has been taken over by something called the Hiss inside. And she's trying to figure out everything that's going on, and there's like possessed items and all kinds of stuff. And she gets abilities, like superhuman-like abilities.
Right, okay.
It's a bit like what we mentioned before. Not so much skill trees. She gets abilities as she goes through the game, but you don't start with them. You just start as a normal human being, and as you progress through, you get these abilities. But she also gets a weapon that can change shape into different types of weapons, and this is where the skills comes into it a little bit. All the weapons that can convert from this one weapon that changes into everything. You can have a shotgun with different mods that make it more powerful, and you can interchange those. And it's really, really cool. Like really clever combat with like superpowers and shooting mechanics. Some really clever puzzles, and this weird world that's intertwined into all their other titles like Quantum Break, Alan Wake as well, if you've played that. and I've just bought, because of the Ether sale. See what I did? So forget that. The Easter sale, I managed to get the upgraded version with all the DLC, so the ultimate version as well, so you can play the 2 DLCs too. So that's what I'm playing right now, and yeah, I mean, it's just really, really good game. Like much so that I've 100%ed it.
Oh, nice. So what about it has made you, one, 100% it, and two, like, brought you into it in the first place? You said you kind of like the weird and wonderful similar to X-Files.
I didn't know that it was a game that was in the same universe as Alan Wake, right? And apparently Quantum Break as well. They're all interlinked, right? And I didn't know this until I got sort of halfway through the first playthrough. But it's their Remedy's way of telling a story is really, it has a middle, it has an end, but the beginning is very kind of, you've got to put it together yourself. So you're in this story, you're living the story, and there's always a mega twist, and it's always what's going to happen next, and how am I going to get to the next bit. So it's all about the story for me, and it's really, really well written and really, really well acted as well. I don't know the lady who plays Jesse Faden, but she's really good, like really good.
I've played probably 3 or 4 hours of Control. And once again, my normal, for the guys that know me, I start a game, I then get really distracted by another game, and then stop playing the previous one, and my pile of shame just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
So I definitely need to go back to it. This didn't do it. Normally I'm exactly the same, but I played this from start to finish without touching anything else, which was really cool.
Well done, Matt.
Yeah, I know.
It's like a leaf out of your book, mate. We've had a couple of people in chat, as you would have seen on screen, talking about Control, taking inspiration from other games. Marcus saying serious Twin Peaks, X-File vibes.
Yeah,
such a detailed world. And I think that's the thing that like took me by surprise the most was it's a weird and wonderful world, but you still have the details that you would normally see in the real world. It really draws you in to go, this could be real type thing, and you want to investigate to see why things are happening and stuff like that, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. The
Hannah,
soundtrack as well.
You've downloaded, haven't you, Hannah?
Yes, so I've not played Control yet, and the reason, because we were supposed to do it for easy level up, weren't we, me and Monica, but we had some technical difficulties, and you can see why, because my internet loves me so much. But I've watched gameplay of Control, and it looks so interesting. It's so intriguing, and it's so different to anything I've kind of seen before. I love that there's a female protagonist, and I'm not into like horror and scary stuff, but this kind of teeters on that edge of reality and just weird and just intriguing and sort of kind of paranormal, but not too much that I'm gonna cry about it.
Yes, creepy, so, but not sort of smack you in the face with the clown. Creepy, yeah.
And I am exactly. It's something that I definitely want to play and get into. And Matt, you've kind of sold it.
And I'll let you know how I get on with the Series XS upgrades and the DLC as well. I believe that one of them is about the event that we spoke about at the beginning of the game, and the other one is actually incorporating more Alan Wake into it as well. So that'll be really interesting if you're a fan of Alan Wake.
I will look forward to hearing what you say about that, because it's interesting. Flirtaken on Twitch just said, obviously, when it launched, frame rates were pretty bad, but since the update with the Series X and Series S, it's running really well. So it's nice to see not running tasty. It's nice to see those optimized for Series X and Series X games that are also like you just free to download. It's that free upgrade, and you just knock yourself out, and it's amazing. Awesome. Well, Matt, thank you very much.
No worries.
Hannah, what have you been playing?
Let's see if we can get through this. So I am at a point in my life, Tom, where I'm distracted by everything at the moment. I am definitely, your words resonated with me on a very personal scale. I'm distracted by everything at the minute. There's a lot going on. And I'm not sitting as I usually do, because I love story-driven games, like Matt said. I love RPGs, and I'm not really sitting through to complete anything right now. I'm just diving into different things, whatever mood I'm in. And strangely enough, I mean, judge me if you will, but really recently, I've completed Plants vs Zombies again.
Mhm.
It's a game that I used to play a long time ago on my laptop on CD-ROM, and it's an EA game, and it's on Game Pass Ultimates. It's EA Play, it's there, and it's just so much fun, and all the different levels are so cute, and it's just adorable. It's been drawn really well, and it's animated really well, and illustrated really well, and basically you're in a garden, all the different gardens of the world, and you have to stop the zombies coming to get you by planting loads of plants, and all the plants do different things. And it's kind of a strategy game because you have to make sure you only have a certain amount of slots for different plants, so you can't use all the plants, and different zombies have different effects on different plants. I could keep talking about the roof parts later. Are great fun. The roof parts are brilliant because the roof is slanted, so only plants that can angle things can actually work. Other plants that aren't at an angle, it will just go into the sort of dent of the roof, if that makes sense. And then there's a pool. There's a pool level where you have to have plants in the water, and there's a nighttime level where it's only plants that, because they go to sleep in the day, so it's only the nighttime plants that will work, the nocturnal ones. It's really fun, and if you just want something really, really lighthearted, but you still have to think about it, Plants vs Zombies is great, and I'm doing all the mini games at the moment, which is great. So that's a thing, Plants vs Zombies. What else have I been playing? I started playing A Way Out again. Another game available because of EA Play on Game Pass, and that's just awesome. And we spoke about that the last time, so it's great if you want to just have a chat at the same time. If you want to play a game with somebody that you're not in a physical space with, and you want a bit of a, I guess, like, you want a bit of a challenge, but it's really nice to kind of sit back and have a chat too. You have to work together. A Way Out is awesome, and that is about two people escaping prison and trying to find the way out. And then there's a few other things that happen around there as well.
Just a few.
But it's really cool. It's a split screen game as well, which is awesome. And I love that you can see what the other person is doing. And sometimes I get confused and I think I'm the other person, and then I'm just running into the wall and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm that person. My bad. So Way Out I've been playing as well. And then I'm teetering between Skyrim and Valhalla. It's the big RPGs. I'm still slowly grinding through Valhalla. And it's just a stunning world based in the Viking realm in England and in Norway, and going between the two. There's a lot to do in Valhalla as an Assassin's Creed game. Origins and Odyssey, I kind of smashed through. There was loads to do. There's loads of side quests, and I managed to smash through it. Valhalla is, to me, bigger, and there's just so many intricate things and so many little things that you can do that I'm taking my sweet time with it because there's so much to do. It's insane. But I've changed Eivor's hair recently. We've gone to a natural brunette now.
Natural brunette. Got a question from James as well. Playing as a man or a woman? You kind of just answered that by saying Eivor as well.
Yes. So I play as a man. With Valhalla, I've been playing as a man. However, I have rebooted Cyberpunk again because I'm just in and out of different games, and I've started it again on the Corpo setting. So I'm going through that route, and I am a female in Cyberpunk now, and I look really cool. She's really cool. So that's kind of everything that I've been playing. Everything, a bit of everything. RPGs mainly, or
nothing wrong with an RPG.
Games. Nothing wrong with an RPG. It's nice to be immersive. I kind of wish I could dedicate some hours and sit down and like how Matt's done and just crack through a big game and just like power through. Oh, also, one more. Played golf with friends last week. I think it was last week. Also a good game.
Love
if
a bit
you
of
want
golf
to
with your
just
friends.
have a chat and play a game. Golf with friends is awesome. And I was playing on the hockey mode where there's like a little hockey goalkeeper instead of the actual golf hole. It looks like this apparently. My fists are making a fist.
So I'm just gonna put another marker on the screen.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh.
And there's a hockey. There's a goalkeeper, and it's a hockey puck, which is flat, and you have to get it into the. Yeah, I'm gonna be quiet. That's what I've been playing.
Hannah, I have one more question. You've mentioned A Way Out.
Please no.
There.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new game from the same developer called It Takes Two?
I've heard about it, but I've not actually had a look.
Highly
yet.
recommend giving it a look. I downloaded it over the weekend. Yet to start playing it. Very much looking forward to playing that. So yeah, definitely if you like A Way Out, look at It Takes Two.
So it's the same kind of thing. You have to play online with another person.
Yeah. Split
Who are you
screens.
gonna play with, Tom? Do you have your person in mind?
I do.
Well, me and Tom started A Way Out, and I never finished it. And then I started it with Matt, and me and Matt never finished it either.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Well,
We're
me and
still
Matt
stuck
got
in prison.
distracted. Yeah, we got distracted by all the mini games.
Very true.
Yeah, we
Very
did.
true.
We were playing about game for about an hour.
It's so good though because you have to try and beat the score. I mean, even at the beginning when you're in the prison and you're doing pull-ups and you have to mash X to do the pull-ups, and it's who gets the best score. I always get the best score. Just saying.
There's an achievement for that as well. If you do enough pull-ups, you get an achievement.
Oh, I think I got 20. I wonder what the achievement is.
Wait and see. Wait and see. But I thought I'd mention It Takes Two to you because if you
Thanks,
like
Tom.
A Way Out, it's definitely worth trying out as well. And what have I been playing this week? I'm going to reference going back about 10 minutes ago, I think. Flataken on Twitch stated, managed some decent hours on Outriders on Game Pass. When it works, it's fantastic. But oh boy, it's had some teething issues when it first launched. I will be very transparent about that. Server issues, but they have now started to be fixed and all those bits and pieces. Pretty much all this bank holiday weekend, I've been playing Outriders. Outriders is a brand new, launched on the 1st of April, launched into Game Pass day one, game from Square Enix, or Enix, Enix, however you'd prefer to say it. Which is a third-person RPG elements. You take some of my favorite games and they've put it into one. So they've taken bits of Gears of War with cover-based shooter, bits of Mass Effect with the combat, bits of Division, a little bit of Borderlands, bit of Destiny, and they've mashed it all into one game. And I am absolutely loving it. And I think I'm loving it because of the RPG elements to it. Because as you were talking earlier, Hannah, with the quickfire questions of skill trees and all those bits and pieces, you pick your class and you work your way through each skill tree. And there are 3 kind of branches for each class, and there's 4 different classes. So you've got 12 different ways you can play this game. And I've put so much time into it over the weekend. I'm now kind of towards the end of the main story. But with these type of games, as soon as you finish the main story, that's when the game kind of starts. And you've leveled up your character to max level, and you're now grinding for gear and finding the best bits and pieces and building a character that works for you. It is a game, as a plug, me and Matt are going to be streaming on Wednesday. So make sure you tune in on Wednesday to see kind of more of the game and those bits and pieces. But it's 3-player co-op, so it gives you the ability to play with other people, and you kind of have your builds to help each other out, and you work as a team to try and take down and find this anomaly and this signal that's on this planet that you're on. I'm not going to ruin too much of the story because it's well worth playing. It's on Game Pass. And what I wanted to kind of point out very quickly is every single game that we've mentioned today is on Game Pass. And they're not first-party studios. Some of them aren't. I didn't say, I sent an email to the guys before the show going, this is what we're going to be talking about. This is what's to prep and plan for. I just said, what are you
not
playing?
on Game Pass.
Valhalla is not on Game Pass. That is correct.
Cyberpunk's not on Game Pass either.
I forgot about those titles.
Right, all the games that we mentioned, not you.
All the games that myself, Greg, and Matt have talked about. But Plants vs. Zombies is.
As is A Way Out. And
As is A Way Out. As is Skyrim.
on Game Pass.
So ignore Valhalla and ignore Cyberpunk. They're available on Game Pass. So if you haven't played them, you can give them a go. If you've got a Game Pass subscription, even just buying a month, give these games a go. And some of them are your AAAs. Some of them are your smaller independent titles, similar to what we've seen with Plants vs. Zombies. There are just some some amazing games out there to be able to play. And if you are a fan of your science fictions style of games, I'd highly recommend. I was to call it A Way Out then. No, talking about Outriders now. I'd highly recommend Outriders. Yeah, you build up your character, you get the weapons that you want to use, you get the skills that you want to use, and you take out a load of bad guys and try and save the world. It's one of those kind of stories in a nutshell. But yeah, definitely worth trialing out. And it's co-op, as I said. And it is cross-play, so you can play with, at the moment, you can only play with other consoles. But cross-play between console and PC will also be turned on over the next couple of months, hopefully. So yeah, no matter what console you're on, you can play together with your friends, which is
the dream.
Nice.
That's what we all want. We all want crossplay forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
We should do a crossplay video cast. Yeah.
Yeah.
A video cast crossplay.
Talk about all the games
down,
that you
somebody
can play.
write it down.
Write it down. So yeah, I think for me, it's one of those things that I just to reiterate the point about Game Passes. No matter what game you're after, with EA Play being part of it now, and the amount of games and the amount of studios that is now under the Xbox Game Studios umbrella, is we're going to see so many games. I know Hannah earlier put Wookiee's message up about Dead by Daylight. It was also on Game Pass. And so yeah, shout out to Saving the World and that old chestnut. Those games are great.
I love that. Shoot stuff, save the world. That old chestnut.
Yeah. And some of those games are some of the best games. Yes, the kind of story is generic, is you shoot stuff, you save the world, but it's the characters that you find on the way that make those games. And there's some really memorable characters in Outriders. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil any of the story. I've just had a death within the story, and it kind of tugged at the heartstrings a little bit. And
was it an animated death or a real death?
Was it a tortoise?
I was waiting for that.
it was
because obviously, whichever way it was, you got to be more emotional into one than the other. So.
Yeah, true. So yeah, I'd highly recommend giving it a go. And then prior to that, I was playing another Square Enix game called Octopath Traveler, which is a full-on RPG turn-based strategy, similar to your Final Fantasies of old. But that's all 8-bit. There's 10 different characters. So you can cycle between, you can pick them up, you can not pick them up. It's another great game that I've sunk already way too many hours into prior to Outriders releasing. So it's 2 RPGs for me, which is why I pretty much don't speak to anybody outside of work, because I'm just like, no, games, video games, let's play games, let's save the world.
Save the world again.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah. And it just it's an amazing game to play. James Wilson says so many games launchers if you use PC. Yeah, kind of. The great thing with Game Pass is that Game Pass has its own launcher on your PC, but it also incorporates EA Play as well. So you can still download your EA games through your Game Pass app, so it's kind of one less launcher to have to deal with once you've got your accounts set up and linked. So it does mean that you don't have to have many launchers. So hopefully that will kind of help you, James. Flataken saying my housemate is playing Octopath due to Game Pass. Those sweet RPG tunes blast through the house 100%. It's great music. It's the one thing that my wife said when I was playing it. She was kind of on her phone and she looked up and went, "This music's really peaceful." And I was in one of the snow-capped mountains, and it was just really tranquil and lovely. It was great. So yeah, another game that I'm playing, which hopefully I will complete both of them, which means they don't add to the pile of shame. So yeah,
that's nice. I feel all tranquil. I can't even speak today.
I feel
all tranquil and lovely now. Now you've said tranquil and lovely. God.
I do have to admit though that every time Tom mentions his pile of shame, it just reminds me that if I open the cupboard, there's not only the digital pile of shame now, but I also have the physical when people buy me presents at Christmas, and I just open the cupboard and I go, no.
Not needed.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got, if anybody wants to look at our pile of shames and wants to know more about it, we have a video cast. Plug all about the pile of shame. It is available.
I might have a look at that, because it'd be interesting to see what you guys have in your pile of shame. I know some of mine you would throw things at me Hannah definitely would, because Valhalla is in my pile of shame.
It's in my pile of shame.
It's in mine.
I haven't finished it.
No, but I've not even really touched it. So it's like, yeah. So
I'm not going to mention Rich's comment, and I feel like I need to ban Rich from chat now. I will say, if you don't get the reference, go back and watch the Videocast pile of shame episode.
Yeah.
And I get the absolute mick taken out of me.
Well done for saying that, Tom.
Yeah, thank you very much. I got the absolute mick taken out of me for a certain title that I'm further than the 3rd chapter, but I have yet to complete it, and it's one of my all-time favorite franchises.
You
chapter?
literally just said the game you're talking about, and you were like, this game embodies all of my favorite games. And you just listed it as one of your favorite games, but you haven't finished it.
But I haven't finished it. It's a clues. It's the 5th one of the series. Well, it's the 5th numbered one of the series. But yeah, go back and watch previous Videocast, our Pile of Shame episode, to find out more details about that. And I do need to go back to it. I keep saying that about every game.
There's so many games. There's so much choice. And then if you have Game Pass, it's like the best thing. But you're always seeing these new games come in, and you're like,
that means everybody has a pile of shame. Literally, anybody that has Game Pass has a pile of shame now.
Yeah,
nobody.
But it's united.
Yeah, so
it's
now
like
united pile of shame.
Yeah, we all have the same one. So we all understand.
It's like going into a sweet shop and going, oh, I'll have that one. Having one or two. Oh no, I want that one now. Oh, no, I'll have this one over here now, please. And
that's me in video games. That is me in video games.
But it's a good place to be.
It is a great place to be. And Game Pass is only going to get better with the Bethesda acquisition. We're going to obviously see more games from Bethesda Studios coming across to Game Pass. EA Play is obviously going to be bringing more games in as they come into the vaults and stuff like that. We're going to have our own first-party lineup, which is going to be day-and-date releases into Game Pass. It's just going to get worse, but in a really, really good way.
Who's ready?
It's going to get worse, but in a good way.
Shame?
Yeah.
2021 pile of shame. Let's go.
So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Yeah, hopefully you guys who are watching have heard some of the games that we've been talking about, and it's maybe inspired you to give them a go. As I said, the majority of the games that we have spoken about today are available through Game Pass, either for console or PC. Most of them are also available on Android as cloud streaming as well. So definitely give them a go if you're a sub. If you're not, you can get a month's membership. Give some games a go. Highly recommend it. But guys, any more final fleeting thoughts before we close out?
I don't think I should say any fleeting thoughts. My goodness.
Yeah, you're asking for trouble there, isn't it?
But I've had a nice time, so thank you.
And that's all that matters.
Yes.
Amazing. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining. Greg and Matt, amazing as always to see you and speak to you. Your gaming knowledge is always amazing, so it's good to see a little bit more insight into that. And for guys that have watched us across all 3 of our platforms, so live on YouTube, Facebook, and on Twitch. So thank you very much for joining and partaking in the quickfire questions and getting involved with our main topic today. And of course, Hannah, thank you very much, as always, as my co-host. Despite your internet issues and your making up of words, it has been a very enjoyable stream.
But would you have it any other way?
No,
also,
100% not. 100%
thank
not.
you, Tom, for being you. Thank you, Tom, for being tranquil and lovely. Can't speak. Also, you did speak about quickfire questions, so I'm going to shout out. Do you see my little name here? Anyone who's watching, if you have any quickfire questions that you want to send it, I mean, you can send it to any of us, but I am the quickfire questions master. So if you have any quickfire questions, you think this would be a good quickfire question, please send it to me. If it will make me fumble over my words, even better, send it to me. This is where hit me on Instagram, send me some quickfire questions.
Amazing. Yeah. So yeah, feel free to reach out to us if you do have any questions, but send your quickfire questions to Hannah. And guys, tomorrow we are live with Easy Live. Hannah is back on Easy Live tomorrow with Adam and our boss Greg. Today? Oh, it's not Monday. It's
Yeah.
not Monday.
5 p.m.
Today.
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 I am back. Hopefully,
Tuesday.
I can string a sentence together at 5 p.m. We will see.
So yeah, Hannah and Greg are going 1-1 against each other in the final of the Microsoft 365 Challenge. And actually tomorrow, which is Wednesday, me and Matt are going to be playing Outriders and showcasing some early and late game bits and pieces for you guys there. So all that schedule will be on the end slide. But guys, until next week, we will see you then. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.